very, very clearly. This class is about what? Succeeding in college, correct?
Correct.
Yep. Okay, so let me do this how when I work with children, okay? So when I ask you a question, I want you to verbally respond for me, okay? So this class is about succeeding in college, correct?
Yes.
Very good. I like to feel your energy and engage with you. Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit about that. I feel, my dad mentioned the class, mentioned, Zachary being interested in possibly meeting me so we can chat and talk it up or whatever. I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to come in because I'm in sort of similar positions as all of you, right? So we all are, some of us are a little more seasoned, but for the most part, we're pretty, young people, still attaining your educational goals and all that stuff.
Season? That's what I want to know.
Seasoned with a little experience, a little more years, right?
You said get involved, so I can involved.
Yeah, so some of us have a little more season. That's okay because some people, you never know what journey life will take you on. Sometimes it takes, you a while to decide what you want to do or, whatever. So I thought it would be great for me to come in. A big misconception that people have, you're going to go to school, get a degree, you're going to go to work. In this economy, not quite. So I wanted to talk to you and share a little bit of my personal experiences. Like I was telling Zachary, do I know it all? No. But am I pretty cool? Yes, I am. I'm proud of what I have accomplished so far, but I still recognize that I'm imperfect. And I'm a student of life. That's what I like to refer myself as. Even when I work with kids, everyone in this room is a student of life. So let me back up just a little bit about my background. My background is primarily in the performing arts. I went to specialty schools such as the High School for the Performing and Visual Arts. Same school that Beyonce went to, people on Broadway, people on soap operas, whatever. Theater was always my thing. When I was in the 3rd grade, we had a field trip to HSP. Came home and told my mom, I said, I'm going to that school. She said, okay. So, that's what you have to audition for. But I've always been very ambitious. And yes, I had a good background or a good foundation. My parents are great. But I believe that some things are just in you. Whatever, okay? So I was always that. They didn't have to beat me to make me ambitious or whatever. I was always very serious about certain things. So I made it a life goal. I'm getting to that school. If they don't accept me in the first year, I'm going to keep trying, And I got in. As I was there, I began to work professionally with children or in arts education at age 16. I like to tell people that chose me. I did not choose it because even when I was a child, I did not like children at all. Even to this day, in my personal life, how a lot of women, they see a baby, I'm like, oh, your baby's cute. Right? But it chose me. I love working with children. So my background includes arts education. It also includes social services. Do a lot of work in the nonprofit sector. Currently, I run a program that's a support services program, like a community center at a low-income apartment complex. I'm in an area that is heavily infested with a lot of drug abuse, a lot of drug dealing, a lot of prostitution. Every day when I go to work, I see someone soliciting prostitution, male, female prostitutes, and transgender gender prostitutes. I see it all, and some of my clients are those people. A lot of them are things like exotic dancers and different things too. Some people are living there just because of their income restrictions. Some people are like more traditional or mainstream or whatever. But that's the type of lifestyle that I have to deal with at work. And would I trade it in? No, I would not. I was actually at a different location. It was still low income, but it wasn't all that going around. They asked me to substitute there, and I was like, transfer me. There's something here, And so some of my first few days there, I have clients who come in and they literally cry to me about their lifestyles. They cry to me about experiencing things such as sexual abuse for several years. I had one lady, her uncle was abusing her. She told on him. They made her move in with him. So he got to do it every day for like a year. So these are the types of things, but that's very heavy, but I like to keep it fresh and I like to inspire them. And I also learn from them, again, students of life. I don't know it all. We all have downfalls, we all have things that we experience, but it's about what you do with it. Are you going to remain a victim forever? We're going to take your power back and say, okay, I got it. Like you did that was about you, whatever, I'm good now. Correct?
Correct.
Very good. So let's get into it. I talked a little bit about me. like I said, succeeded, and I have my notes here because there's certain stuff that I really don't want to forget. Sometimes I'll get into things and start rambling, so I have my notes here. I'm not going to stick to them exactly, but it just gives me my key points. So like I said, succeeding in college is great. Getting your education is great. The fact that all of you are here under different circumstances, traditional students, non-traditional, whatever, is great. But there's an after part. It does not guarantee you any type of employment or anything for your livelihood at all, so you gotta be a visionary. And what does that mean? You start now. So the positive thing about me, and this actually happened accidentally. So, like I said, I had a good foundation. My parents encouraged me. I went to the school that I wanted to go to. My first semester of college, I was a full-time student. I had 3 part-time jobs, and I made all A's and a B. Holla, Dean's List, all that kind of stuff. Then boom, a few years later, all of a sudden, my world a little bit got turned upside down. I began to have a medical issue that was very, very painful. I had trouble even walking to class. I couldn't even, when I woke up in the morning, I couldn't even move properly. All this stuff, and it affected school the most because even if I had to stand up for 10 minutes, standing up for 10 minutes, all of a sudden I'm in excruciating pain. Painkillers didn't help. I had physical therapy, that didn't help. Diagnosis, didn't even have a certain one. You know, all kinds of things, and it affected school the most. But since I had taken care of my business those first few years, it didn't affect me as much as it could have if I had not been taking care of my business. Also in school, and I'm still finishing up school, but while in school, I took advantage of things like work study. I took advantage of those networks that I made earlier. Like I said, I began working professionally at age 16. So I started taking advantage of those things, and I didn't have to, and this is not to offend anyone, but I didn't have to do retail jobs, fast food jobs, all of those typical things that a lot of people in school or whatever do. I didn't have to do. I was able to work in my field and progress in my field. With that being said, start now. Don't wait until you graduate. Don't wait until your last semester. Don't wait until you transfer to whatever 4-year university you want to go to, if that is your plan. Start now. When can you start today? Look at these people that you're in this room with. You never know what type of networking you can do. Okay, very quickly, I just want to get a few people's majors and your career goals. So just tell me your name, your major currently, and at least one of your long-term career goals. So hands in the air, who wants to volunteer? Okay, I'm all going. Okay, you ma'am.
My name is Delisha Payton, and I would like to major in clinical psychology. And my goal is to go within the field and own my own business, and help my brothers in diagnosing them first, and just helping other people. And within the field, it's like many things you can do with it. That's why I chose it.
Okay.
So you go into counseling, to school and counseling, being a school counselor. I mean, there's many things you can do with it. So I like the option.
Good.
My teacher told me, you're going to school to have an option, so that's an option with options. So.
Absolutely. Anybody else have that same major in here? Anyone have a similar major? Okay, who else? I'm going to pick on Zachary. Come on, Zachary, major.
My major is performing arts.
Okay.
And I want to be an actor. Really, really happy. And I like the field and yeah.
Okay. Anyone else with that, like a similar interest or something like that?
Nope.
No one else? Who else? I'm going to go through everybody. What's your major, sir?
My major is aerospace engineering.
Okay.
Yeah, it's difficult to imagine that kind of organized evaluation 1,500 miles away. But I like numbers. And I think that's a good reason for me to major in engineering. I like to work around them.
Very good. What about you, sir? Yes, sir.
I want to major in music business, and I want to be a successful musician.
Okay, so we have a producer in the room over here, correct? So what was your name again?
Man.
Manny.
Get his number.
Yes, that would be a network right there, right? That's one thing that I did regret because I'm a little more, I have friends and stuff, but I'm more of a loner. And when it comes down to an interview or someone like that, you give me an opportunity. If it's an opportunity for me to get a little brag, I don't just, okay, yeah, I do that. That's fine. But I mainly talk to people if they talk to me. In classes, no. If you get assigned into groups, chat it up with people a little bit, right? And realize there's a difference between networking and trying to operate on the hookup system. All right? the hookup system, I had a professor who, in my minor is African American Studies. It used to be journalism, but I followed my heart and I changed it, so that's another thing. But he said, as long as people try to operate on the hookup system, you are always living on someone else's word, someone else's hookup. So if that person goes away or they're mad at you, they decide to take that away, it's gone. There's no stability in that, all right? So realize there is a difference. Just because you're getting to know someone, you exchange email addresses, you have a common interest, you decide to work together and collaborate on things, that's not operating on the hookup system. Operating on the hookup system is something totally different, and that is not what I advocate at all. Yes, you understand? Very good. So that was a very good example. He's into that. They could absolutely work together, and you never know. They could create something huge and not know if they had never spoken to each other. You understand? Yes, very good. What else did I want to talk about with you guys? Oh, with that being said, because you are seeking your higher education right now, I didn't want to just come in here and ramble. I wanted to give you 2 references as well. The first book that I'm going to refer to you, and you can write this down if you're interested, is very, very popular. It was first published in 1970, and the author, when I did a little bit more research on it, to share some information with you, he releases like a new edition almost yearly, and there's even one specifically designated for online job hunting. So it's called What Color is Your Parachute? The one that I have, I use it for my program, it's the teen edition. All right, but there are things that are very useful in here. Would you mind helping me pass this back to each table? Those are not handouts for you to take. I didn't want to bombard you with any paperwork, but just some samples of the types of self-tests and things that these types of books include. It's very beneficial, especially if you are at a stage right now in life where you're like, okay, I like this, but I also like that, or okay, I know this is my interest, but how do I sort of parlay that into a means of me gaining livelihood? How do I capitalize off of my interest? How do I monetize my interest? Again, that is What Color is Your Parachute? All right, and there are different editions that are released each year. It's super duper popular as far as like career guidance and stuff like that. Super duper popular. How did I learn about it? I was in a class, and basically Russell Simmons' right-hand man, he was our guest speaker, because the professor and him, they went to college together, and he referenced that book. And it does have very, very good pointers. Another book that I'm going to refer to you, especially my ladies in here, it's called The Superwoman Lifestyle Blueprint. I like to read. Half Price Books is one of my favorite stores. I'm a little nerd, but so what, because I'm a cute nerd, so it don't matter. All right, so this book, I read it myself. I actually read it at work in like one day. It was like an hour or something like that. And it's interesting because basically, it tells you as a woman and encourages you to find your niche. So many times we think we have to choose between career and family or whatever, and you don't. You don't at all. You find your niche, find what you're good at, monetize it, capitalize it off of it, because if you don't, someone else will. Okay? And you do your thing. So those are 2 books that I wanted to refer to you guys as well. This book also talks about the importance of balance. How many people in here have ever had a personal challenge or struggle that they've had to go through? Exactly, that's my point. So what do? You fold under pressure? No, because you had a bad day or you experienced whatever you experienced. Does life stop? Does the world stop? No. Does your expenses stop coming in? No. Do you get an extension on your homework all the time? No. So you have to continue going. So one thing I want to talk about, that I have a few key pointers here. Learn from your obstacles and mistakes. Anytime we have a group of people, and especially here at HCC, this class here is very, very diverse. All right, so we have people who maybe have some colorful backgrounds, some people maybe grew up silver spoons, some people who have to go through some really challenging things, have to make some desperate options in life. Whatever you've done, let it go. Are you going to hold that over your head forever? No. Is anyone perfect? No. Sometimes you make really stupid decisions. I mean, that's just factual. Sometimes people do things that are downright ignorant. And you look back, you're like, oh, that was real dumb. What's something wrong with me when I decided to do that? Okay? But if you hold that over your head forever, then you're living under an umbrella, right? And you can't flourish and shine. Now, you do still want to hold yourself accountable, correct? You can't just walk around, well, I did that, but I'm forgiving it. No, hold on. Some things now have lifelong lasting effects. but you want to move from it and take it as a lesson and go on. Even if it was something that you didn't do directly, someone did something to you, whatever, you learn from it and you move onward. Be around like-minded people. For me, that keeps my hand in the game, right? So I try to hang around now. I do love diversity, so a lot of my friends we're not exactly alike. But if if we just met and you get to talk about some foolishness and you into some scandalous behavior or some stuff that's real crazy, where if I were in a car with you, I might get arrested and be in trouble because something you decided to do, no go. That doesn't mean I'm judging you, it's just discernment. Bless and release, point blank period, correct? Because, when things get difficult, when you're frustrated and busy at work, when you're annoyed with school, especially if you have a little hiccup like I did with school and it's getting frustrated, if you're around people who are not doing nothing, who are just going to tell you, drop out, whatever, go work, go make money, go be a supervisor at McDonald's, or whatever. I'm not laughing at that, I'm just saying, that's not what you need to hear in that moment, right? Or sometimes when you're around like-minded people, if your friend's about to graduate and you've been slacking a little bit, you're like, oh, let me get on it too, right? So be sure you surround yourself with like-minded people. Like I said before, avoid operating on the hookup system. Network starting now, like I said, people in your classes. Have vision. You have to be a visionary. How can you do anything innovative or make any steps, progressive steps in your life if you don't have any vision? Right? If you don't have any goals, what are you doing? You're just going to do wasteful things. There's a saying that says, idle hands do the devil's work. Correct? So if you just sit around, you're not doing anything, what do you want to do? I don't know. Everybody has time, and it happens slowly for some people. For me, it just happened to happen at a very early age. I knew kind of generally what I wanted to do, and it began to fall into place. You never know, I may change my career tomorrow. I don't know. There are other things I could do that is more financially rewarding or, whatever. But have vision. You have to have some type of vision. Be thankful. And give yourself credit, right? Sometimes we focus too much on what we need to do. I didn't do good. I could have done more. Give yourself some credit. Be ambitious, but still give yourself credit for what you have done. And live on purpose. Whatever you do, make sure it's something that you love. Like my music guys, I'm sure they're doing that because that's something that they love, right? There's no guarantee that they'll be the next Kanye West, whatever, as far as production or whatever. They're doing it because they love it. And that's what's going to take them through those hard times. That's what's going to get them through those long, tedious nights at the studio or whatever. Right, guys? If you have that experience, that's what gets you through it. And also, if you have a vision, maintain your belief in it even when no one else does. Right? I started a business when I was like 22. I had to pick it back up. It was more in the beginning stages. I had to pick it back up. And I had some people literally tell me, it's going to be hard, for you to do this to your girl, right? It's going to be hard for you because you're a minority, right? What that did for me is I'm a stubborn person, right? So sometimes I get frustrated like everybody else. I'm theatrical, so sometimes I'm emotional, right? But when I'm emotional, it's more like, oh, okay. Got you, boo, right? The way that I am is if I get knocked down, I feel discouraged because I'm very critical and hard on myself, right? That's because I have vision. So to me, those things that I'm trying to accomplish, I cannot afford oopsies. I can't afford to do what my peers do. I don't have time for it. I have things to accomplish that I can't be like everybody else or whatever, right? So when I get knocked down, like that thing happened to me, couldn't walk. If I sat and drove somewhere, my back is hurting. I'm literally, if I didn't make it to class, I'm sitting there about to be in tears or just radiating pain so much, so I couldn't even focus. But I did not give up. I never stopped. There was never a semester that I missed. I kept going, okay? When I'm in work environments and my coworkers are mad because I'm the youngest one and we're making the same amount of money, and they want to have their little attitude or try to, throw little issues at me. There's a little saying, I guess, for some of us young people, why are you mad? Because I'm not, right? And there's no arrogance behind that. You just say, okay, you want to test me? Okay. You want to tell me I can't do it? Okay. That's like pouring gasoline on a fire. Because at that moment, pertaining to my business, going back to that, at that moment I wasn't, because it was a field that it had nothing to do with performing arts. So I was like, man, do I really want to put energy into this? Or, man, and then I had my little pre-launch event. It was downtown with a view, had a balcony, a view of the Houston skyline. And I was so nervous before. But because of my training, I know how to fake and front. When I'm nervous, I have to talk to people to where they don't really catch on. Once I start talking, it starts to flow. I'm so nervous. And I wanted to stop. I was like, I don't feel like doing this. But when that person told me that, and when I saw people doubting me, it was like, okay, my gloves. Let's go. I'm going through with this event. Yes. Where's my packaging? I'm staying up all night. I was up for like 48 hours straight doing stuff. My friend was driving me back and forth to Kinko's, making copies and getting the packaging together, all that. All because people decided to doubt me. So you have to have that type of attitude. Because people will constantly doubt you. If you weren't perfect and amazing, it's still somebody in the background. Whatever. And a lot of times, guys, when people have that type of negativity or when people are coming at you, it's really not even about you. It's something else going on with them. It's something else someone else said to them. It's not even about you. So why let it make you mad? Correct? Why allow that to halt you? We understand each other? Yes. And I want to leave you, not completely yet, but I'm going to tell you this little quote. All right, so I've always been a little bit, twisted into the left. So I've always been a little bit different or kind of weird. So even though, I look feminine or whatever, I tend to like certain things that are more considered masculine, right? Like I love stage combat. Stage combat is when you're pretending fighting on stage, whatever. So I love when I would have to be in class and learn how to do a flip and grab a sword off the ground and go like this. I would love those things. Or pretend to choke somebody. I'm not violent in real life. Unless I need to defend oneself, which I try to, I stay away from certain environments or whatever. But don't be confused. Mace's on the keychain. But, okay. But I like things like that. I love muscle cars. And my dream car is a 1972 Stingray Corvette. And I love the Rocky movies. Those are some of my favorite movies. Now artistically wise, I think they're great. No. But I love the Rocky movies. And Rocky, in one of the movies, he has a little line that he said. And I don't think this is exact, but this is, you get the general point. It's not how hard you can hit. It's how hard you can be hit, how many times you can be knocked down and keep getting up and getting back into the ring. So you guys keep that in mind as you continue your education, as you leave this class regarding succeeding in college. Remember, this is just a springboard for you to succeed in life. And succeed by your own definition. Not compared to anyone else, not on anyone else's call, not by anyone else's standards, but to you. What is in here? How do you live on purpose? What is your purpose? What do you feel? And what is your plan of action? Like I was telling Mrs. Zachary, you can't sit and just go, I want to, well, what are you doing? Correct? No. But how many of us have friends who come and say, man, you're in school, man, I want to do that, man. Man, I'm motivated, man. I want to go with you and register. And then you hear them, you call them, and it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, what you doing? Man, I just woke up. Now we all have off moments, but come on, if you want to do something, you think there's something that nobody can do it for you. No matter how badly your parents want it for you, no matter what, no one can do it for you. Keep that in mind too. If you're battling any type of issue, if you're battling any type of addiction, if you got some anger management stuff going on, you are going to have to take a hold on that in order to accomplish whatever it is that you seek to accomplish.
Anger what?
Okay, so you've got to do that. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes? So now I want everybody to take out a sheet of paper, quick sheet of paper. And a writing utensil. Don't move slow now, people. Come on now. I'm not asking you to walk through the election chambers. Take out a piece of paper. Something to write, even if it's your lipstick. Something to write with. It don't matter. Okay, everybody got it? I'm going to look and see if everybody got it now. Okay. Everybody have a sheet of paper?
Just like that.
Okay. So there are short-term goals and there are long-term goals. I want you to think of it this way just for this instance, okay? I want you, a short-term goal, I want you to think about it as something that can be accomplished within the next 6 months. Long-term goal is something that you want to have accomplished by the end of your life. All right? So on one list, you're going to create 2 lists of 5. The first list will be 5 short-term goals for whatever. I want to lose weight. I want to do better with taking care of my hair. I want to stop spending money on stuff I can't afford. Whatever that means enter
I want to
the-
grow my hair long.
It'll go towards your benefit, okay? Second list, 5 long-term goals. And for this, I want you to dig deep inside, and I don't want you to censor yourself. If it's a long-term goal that's super ambitious and the odds are completely against you, I don't care. Write it down. Do not censor yourself with that. Do not shortchange yourself saying, I ain't write that down because I can't. Who are you to tell yourself that you can't? Right? The sky's not the limit when there are footprints on the moon, correct? So write that down. And be really, serious in writing it. And be sure this is things that are really true to you, that you really want to do.
You need to write you in here. You got a book you carry around anyway.
I think she might be a little frank because you ain't been able to eat meat and stuff, right? Yeah. Y'all, I thought, what's Ramadan? Aren't you
We
supposed to?
fast. but
Yeah.
We eat meat. We don't eat pork.
No, but I'm saying like during Ramadan,
We finished Ramadan and rest yesterday.
but see, that's still that
No,
leftover.
that's different.
It's every day. It's every day.
It's not the fact that we don't eat meat. We just don't eat when the sun is up. We don't eat until the sun is
Sun
up.
is down.
You know, when the sun is up, we don't eat. When the sun sets, we eat. So we get up early. We get up early. 4 o'clock.
Anybody have any silver bullets?
For you?
Is anyone done? Raise your hand if you're still working. Still working. Hands nice and tall. No shy hands. Okay. It's okay. Take your time. It's your goals.
Like she said, I'm already seasoned. So my
No. Okay, well, come on now. Don't put that in the atmosphere now. Okay, well, come on now. Your season was still good. Sometimes, when you cook, sometimes you put the leftovers in the refrigerator, and that season gets in there real good. Just think of yourself that way. You just well seasoned. You do a little more flavor,
Okay, I will stop.
Okay, anyone, raise your hand if you're done. Okay, that's okay. Keep working, keep working. We're short term within the next 6 months, long term by the end of your life. 5 of each. Okay, and as you guys are wrapping up and you're done with your list, I want you to find a way to make it, or actually we're going to go around and I want to hear just a few people, and then after that I want you to, don't put it away because I will call you if I see you putting it away right now. I promise I will. Okay, remember I taught in high school and I had to deal with kids who were real ignorant. So, I can spot things and call you out. Okay, so when we are done, I want you to fold it and I want you to place it in your wallet. And when you have moments where you're feeling a little low, you feel a little discouraged, you feel a little more tempted to do things that are not so great, pull that list out and remind yourself of what you need to do. Keep your head in the game. Get your head back in the game. We'll smack the reality. All right? So I'm just going to go around a little bit. I just want to hear a few people's. You, sir, tell me one short-term goal. Now sit up. What's going on? You need a hug or a blessing. Come on. Short-term goal. Nice and loud. Booming voice.
Pass all my classes in my first semester. Fall
Awesome.
semester.
Okay, very good. And a long term.
Graduate with a bachelor's degree.
Okay, very good. Very good. You, sir. Oh, yeah.
3 days through the first semester.
Okay.
Long term, just get a degree, bachelor's degree.
Okay, very good. My seasoned lady to my left.
What do you want?
A short term and a long term.
Well, basically halfway through the basic part of my college courses, and along one of my first long term is to open up my business.
Well, I like
A
that.
business and what?
Well, I'm interested in healthcare, so I'm
Like
interested
that,
in
like
the
that.
elderly and the mentally challenged.
Okay, awesome. network, right? Because she and I, that would be a network, correct? You see how you can spot these things, right? You, ma'am. I like your eyelashes. Go ahead.
One short-term goal is to go ahead and sign up for my fall semester. And then a long-term is to finish college with honors.
Awesome, okay? You gentlemen in that nice little crown there.
Yeah, one of my short-term goals.
Much louder now, booming voice.
All right, one of my short-term goals is to meet all my successful friends back home, which is Ghana. And my long-term will be becoming health administrator, which is my major.
Okay, awesome. So that would be another network. Okay, you see? All right, so as you guys finish, oh, you ma'am, I want you, because you know her, this whole time she's paying very good attention. Some of y'all been a little slacking. And believe it or not, you know, I'm a girl, so you know girls have a little bit more emotional challenges. If I was a teacher, some of y'all would have got some good points off. Okay, go ahead.
Sign up for another Wiccan class is my short term, and my long term is to become a high priestess.
Okay, a high priestess in the Wiccan realm. Now I saw this that I saw on your forearm. Is that permanent?
I'm not the only student left in here.
But I'm saying, I'm asking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's permanent. Well, that would be some form of a network.
No. No.
People know some of the same stores.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's difficult like that.
Yes. But when they decide to open up some type of, you know how they have yerberías? I know some of my people here know about that, right? Or different types of shops. Like they could go and open up a shop where people go and purchase items that they need to practice their ceremonies, things like, why not? That's a network. Correct? You gotta be creative sometimes with realizing your networks, okay? So awesome. And you, ma'am, is it Miss Wynn?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead. Nice and loud.
My short-term goal is to enroll on my class for the fall semester before it's due.
Okay.
And my long-term goal is to get a job as a librarian after I get my degree.
Okay, awesome. You guys know that librarian, that's an actual career path. There's a lot of options in there, correct? Okay, so very good. So fold them, put them somewhere safe in your wallet or whatever it is that you carry with you. You did what?
This should be part of my grade.
Oh,
Yes.
put that away. Then how you gonna remind yourself?
I want my grade.
Oh, come on now. Put it somewhere where you can carry it with
Oh no, I'm gonna give you your final right after immediately after she finishes.
Okay, so your wallets or whatever you guys keep with the safe.
See, I'm already excited.
Or whatever. All right.
Have you signed?
My last thing is just try to like with this whole exercise I just did. Try to surround yourself with things that again will remind you of the big picture and your main goal. For example, I write a lot. Writing and poetry is very, and writing plays and stuff is very cathartic.
We have a poet right here, Ms. Amber.
A what?
Poet. A poet.
Oh, a poet. Miss Shyman, what's your short term, one long term?
Me?
Yes!
Short term is eat healthier. And,
Okay.
long term is to become a surgeon.
Okay, awesome. But this is, sometimes, I don't really write in like, handwrite a lot of my stuff. It's very personal, so I don't want to like lose it or whatever. But I'm always having to write things down for work or whatever. So I have this little thingy. Excuse me, I purchased it and I have several little journal type things. And regardless of your beliefs, whatever, if you believe in a higher power or if you don't, just take it in a general sense. But this says, God fills my life with good things. So I'm getting frustrated at work when I hear people outside my window cursing. And like yesterday, people were fighting outside of the window at work. I'ma F you up. I'm just like, let me call the police. Like, let me lock the door real quick. You know, those types of things. Or when I'm walking into the leasing office for whatever business and I'm solicited as a prostitute, I have people passing by yelling out the window at me. I have to look at this and say, God fills my life with good things. Because if I reach out and touch somebody, I know I'll be wrong. Right? That's just a little joke. But you know, whatever you believe in, fill yourself with good things because you are in charge of yourself, right? We can't blame everybody else. At some point, when you're a kid, yeah, maybe. But at some point, you got to take ownership and responsibility of everything. If you're unhappy, the main person you need to look at is you. Okay? If you're not succeeding the way you need to, the main person you need to look at is you. So I really enjoyed my time with you guys. I know you have a party to get to. Oh, I told Zachary I would put my email address on the board just in case, I don't know, anybody wanted to, I don't know. And you cannot contact me and say, I don't have time for this. I'm gonna say it, okay? You can't contact me like, oh, can you tell your dad to do your, well, no, I cannot, because that's not, we don't operate on a hookup system. Remember what I said? Okay, so if you're interested, I'll give you one of my email addresses. It's Dabrina Sandifer at gmail.com. So that's DABRINASandifer Ain't no wrong. That's my first and last name. At gmail.com. So Dabrina, just like Sabrina with a D, Sandifer, just like your teacher's last name, at gmail.com. Last thing, because I did ask a little bit about the demographics of you guys prior to coming, just to give me a feel of my crowd. So I know that some of you guys are families, so I have some of these left over from work. If you are a family with children, there's just some free family passes to the Children's Museum of Houston. They expire next month, so I will walk around with your hand in the air if you would like one. They're good for 4 people. Each one is good for 4 people. Okay, hold on, let me get to the people who actually have children first.
Right here.
Alright, so, you got 3 great children. But you look good for great. Go ahead.
They got no kids, man.
Yes, she do. She got it right here.
So I'll take them to
Exactly,
And
yeah.
then we have, okay, so what do we say? Good, thank you. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I really enjoyed you. Live on purpose. When you leave these walls, don't let it be, your last step, all right? I'm about to go to have other things to do.
Thank you, madam. You all give a round.